On January 7th, 2026, the landscape of software engineering didn't just shift, it broke. Anthropic released Claude Code 2.1, and combined with the raw power of the Opus 4.5 model, it has set a new world record that is impossible to ignore. It scored an 80.9% on the SWE Bench Verified test. For those not deep in the weeds of AI benchmarking, let me explain why that number is terrifying. The SWE Bench isn't a multiple-choice test. It consists of 500 real, messy, human-validated GitHub issues. The AI has to navigate a repo, reproduce a bug, implement a fix, and pass new unit tests. For years, models struggled to break the 50% mark. Now, Claude Opus 4.5 has smashed through the 80% barrier. It is 3 to 5 percentage points higher than Google's Gemini 3 Flash or OpenAI's GPT 5.1. It even scored higher on Anthropic's own internal engineering exams than any human candidate they have ever interviewed. But this raw, record-breaking intelligence comes with a massive financial barrier, a wall so high it is splitting the developer community in two. To access this specific model within the Anthropic ecosystem, you cannot just pay the standard $20 subscription. That Pro plan only gets you the older Sonnet model. To get the hands of the record holder, you must subscribe to the Max tier. That tier costs between $100 and $200 a month. This raises the critical question that every CTO and senior engineer is asking right now. Is it worth it? Is an AI tool worth the same price as a car lease? To answer that, we have to look beyond the benchmarks and into the actual workflow. The 2.1 update isn't just about the model's brain, it's about the tool's body. The headline feature that has everyone talking is session teleportation. In the past, your AI context was locked to your machine. If you started a complex debugging session on your office workstation, that context died when you closed your laptop. Now, using the /teleport command, you can pause a session on one machine and resume it instantly on another. It connects your environments via the cloud. You can start a refactor on your desktop, walk to a coffee shop, open your laptop, and the AI remembers exactly where it left off, down to the last variable. Even more impressive, and perhaps a bit unsettling, is the Claude in Chrome beta. This allows the terminal-based agent to reach out and physically control a web browser. It isn't just writing the code for a login form anymore. It writes the code, spins up a local server, opens Chrome, types into the inputs, clicks the submit button, and verifies that the error message appears. It is the beginning of true end-to-end autonomous testing. It is watching software test itself. However, Anthropic is not operating in a vacuum. November 2025 was a brutal month for competition, and January 2026 has only accelerated the war. The biggest threat to Anthropic's pricing model is Google. They just launched Anti-Gravity, a new IDE that is effectively a Trojan horse. Inside this tool, Google is giving away for $0 what Anthropic is selling for $100. For a developer on a budget, that math is impossible to argue with. Simultaneously, Cursor, the longtime favorite of the AI native developer, has changed its pricing model. The $20 plan is no longer unlimited, it is now a credit pool. And GitHub Copilot has launched the Pro Plus tier at $39, offering a middle ground with multi-model access. The market is fragmented and loyalty is being tested by price. Despite the record-breaking benchmarks and the shiny new features, we must look at the psychological reality of using these tools. Independent research on Terminal Bench shows a disturbing trend that the marketing glosses over. While models like Opus excel at easy tasks, scoring 65%, their accuracy plummets on hard tasks. On complex multi-file architectural problems, accuracy drops to just 16%. This creates what the industry is calling the post-junior developer dynamic. The AI has the syntax knowledge of a senior staff engineer, but the architectural judgment of a junior intern. It has endless energy, it never gets tired, but it has terrible short-term memory and often chases rabbit holes. This forces a change in your role. You are no longer the writer, you are the reviewer, you are the product manager. If you take your hands off the wheel and let the AI drive, it will crash your codebase. You have to treat it like a talented intern who needs strict supervision. One specific feature in 2.1 that mitigates this intern problem is the new skills system with hot reloading. Previously, if you taught Claude a custom workflow, like always run this specific linter before committing, and you wanted to change it, you had to restart the whole session. Now you can tweak these skills in real time. This allows senior engineers to build guardrails for the AI. You can code the rules of your repository into a skill, effectively giving the AI a handbook to follow. This creates a reusable layer of intelligence that sits on top of the raw model, making it safer and more reliable for team use. If you're trying to decide between the free Google anti-gravity preview, the credit-based cursor model, and the stable Claude Max plan, I have published a full feature-by-feature matrix and migration guide at aitoolanalysis.com. So, who should actually pay the premium for Claude Code Max? Is it ever worth $200? We ran the math. If you're a professional developer earning over $150 an hour, the equation shifts. If the Max plan saves you just 4 hours a month, that's 1 hour a week, it pays for itself. Given that Opus 4.5 is 3 to 5 percentage points more accurate than any other model, avoiding just one gnarly debugging rabbit hole could save those 4 hours in a single afternoon. The stability, the teleportation features, and the lack of weekly rate limits make it a viable tool for enterprise seniors who bill high hourly rates. Here's the bottom line for 2026. If you need production-grade stability, the absolute smartest model, and you bill enough to justify the cost, Claude Code Max is the king. It's the luxury sports car of coding tools. But for the vast majority of developers, students, indie hackers, mid-level engineers, the market offers better value elsewhere. Use Google Anti-Gravity for the free intelligence while it lasts. Stick to Copilot Pro Plus for a balanced budget. Claude Code is a glimpse of the future, but right now, you're paying a premium for the privilege of beta testing it.